92.7 QLZ. It is Styles, joined in the studio right now by Grayson and Elliot from the band Letters from the Fire. Now, you mentioned Fat Guy Elliot, of course, the gentleman who works for you guys' label and stuff like that. He asked me to ask you what happens during the fourth song when you guys are playing. And Grayson, you're next. There's a question for you.
Well, now it's the third song.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Now
It
it's
was
the
the
third
fourth.
All
And
right,
now
what's
it's
the
third.
third song? What happens?
So,
Do the PP dance on stage? What do we got here?
yeah, exactly. I do the ta-ta-ta. But,
Macarena happens? What are we doing here?
So, after our Boise show, right? Yeah, Fat Guy is, he came out with us on a couple shows, a few actually. And he basically was like, we got done playing. He goes, take off your shirt, man. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, take off your shirt. So I'm just like, okay, Fat Guy's asking me to take off my shirt.
And keep in mind that he's also in the van with you guys while you're traveling, so this is getting awkward.
I'm like, all right. So I took it off, and I'm like, I'm okay with this. And he goes, yeah, you're going to do that from now on during this song. And I'm like, all right, I'll do that. So basically during the third song now,
You strip down,
I
dude.
strip down and,
The girls go crazy.
yeah, shed some skin.
Well, I mean, you got to get attention from the girls. You guys are an opening act. You're coming in there. People aren't too familiar with you yet, so I guess you got to do that.
Any way to make a buck, I charge $2 an ab.
Oh my gosh! But on the cover-up side, it does get hot up there, so like,
Yeah.
can't blame someone for taking.
Can't completely blame him
Yeah.
for it.
He's the only
but
one who can because he doesn't have a guitar strap around his neck, so it's like free reign.
There you go. And, dude, you're like built like a freaking machine, so.
I try.
Now, Grayson, on to you. Another question from Fat Guy that he gave me. I'm going to sell him out on this one. He asked me about the time you almost died because you had to poop so bad.
Yeah! Oh, man. This was hilarious. It was hilarious.
Holy crap!
His
Literally.
legs gave out.
Literally, dude.
Was this on stage?
No,
was
no,
in
no,
the
This
bus.
was in the. This was in. Oh my gosh! So this was when
Tell the story. Let's go.
This is when we were on the road. I don't remember what drive it was.
We were going from, they had
we
the
were,
freeway shut down,
for no reason.
no exits. What turned into a 4-hour drive was an 8-hour drive.
Oh, my God.
It was insane. And what's crazy is we were stuck within this 5-mile area for 3 hours. And we finally get to the end, and there's no construction, there's no accident, there's no,
There's nothing.
we freaked out. So I'm sleeping, and I just wake up all of a sudden. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go real bad.
One of those stabbers.
Yeah, real bad.
God.
And then I get up and I'm like, get up to tell Clayton who's driving, and then we are in just completely dead stop and go traffic, and I'm like,
man.
oh crap. And so I'm
You
wondering,
could
like,
probably gotten behind the embankment and done it, and then the bus would still be there
it
when
was
you
so
got
open
back.
everywhere.
Funniest thing.
It was open everywhere.
There was a time we were just driving by and we're stopped, and to the right of us there's a gas station, but you can't get off, and we're just stopped there, and I'm like, you know what, Gray, you probably could have went over there and
I contemplated doing
done
that.
it and came
took
back.
the Browns to the
doing
Super
that
Bowl and come
because-
right back, dude.
Dude,
Love the reference.
we were there, but it was so bad, and then it got to the point where we finally get out of the traffic, and then freaking Clayton passes up 4 exits. 4 exits.
Now you've made this known at this point to the rest of the guys.
He's standing in the back.
He's
standing in the back, hunched over,
with the
just
luggage.
sweating.
No, I'm in the back with the luggage, like curled up in a ball, like in the fetal position, just like doing breathing exercises, trying to like freaking. Oh, I lost it, man.
When
I
he
lost
lost
it.
it on Clayton, as he lost it on Clayton, he was like, you, man. He's all, what the? There's an exit right there. And he's like,
He was like, you pull over right now. Pull over right now. I'm going to come up there and I'm going to smack you in the face. Oh, my gosh.
and then the next thing was like, my legs are giving out. My legs are giving out.
It's like, dude, I
And
literally
he
almost
just
fell
drops to
over.
his knees and gets in the fetal position.
It was so bad, but he was like, okay, just a couple exits, man, because I want to get out of this whole thing. And because everyone and their grandma was pulling off right out like the first
Yeah, as soon
possible
as they got the
exit.
chance, yeah.
You know,
Oh,
so,
man.
but then it's like, then he started, a little too many exits started passing by. Right when one more passed, I was just like, That's it.
I gotta say something.
It was like, dude, I'm gonna have like something's gonna burst in my stomach or something. Like this isn't good.
Aliens are popping out of your stomach instead of.
Exactly.
Oh man, it was hilarious.
So,
I am so glad Fat Guy told me to ask that question.
Oh.
There's a couple
it's
others.
funny now.
Well, maybe not for you then. For everybody else, apparently, it was
Oh,
hilarious.
we were laughing. We were laughing so hard. Like right when he yelled at Clayton, it was like a domino effect because you never see him blow up, and Clayton was all. And then Mike, and then Mike started laughing, and then Ben was sitting there in the middle going, just tripping out, and then I was like, oh my god, it's gonna drop here. This is hilarious.
Well, you know what? You said your birthday's coming up, right?
Yeah, both of ours.
Well,
Elliot's
yeah,
on
mine's on the 9th.
and then mine's on the 20th. So we'll actually be home for mine. But the crazy thing is, Elliot's is on the 9th, and then
Crispin's is on the 10th.
And those guys from Beer Union can drink, man. You know what? We were talking about this also off the air, so I'll tell this story real quick to you guys because obviously you have experience with them on the road.
Yeah.
First time I met them was 2002. I forget who they were on tour with. They do something. I think it's called a dirty shot. I can't remember, but you guys know they love the drink.
Yeah, they can throw
So
back some.
these things are called dirty shots, and they catch up on you. You do so many, it's like all of a sudden, damn.
It's one of those creepers.
I had my afternoon girl at the station I was working at in North Carolina. It was her first day full time on the air with me. She had been at other stations before, but she never really experienced the rock star aspect of hanging out backstage. So we're on their bus. We are drinking. And we go on stage to bring out Framing Hanley, who's headlining the show.
Right.
That's right. That's who they were headed with. And she doesn't remember that part. But she got so drunk that she actually passed out on the side of the stage while Framing Hanley was playing. Out cold. I mean, we're sitting there. We got the amps right at the soundboard. Out cold on the monitor board. She's out. And the lead singer came over to me and he's like, dude, is your girl all right? I'm like, yeah, it's all right, man. She's
Yeah, it's all right, dude. She was hanging out with the Beer Union.
it's all right, man. She was a beer. It was just,
Great
yeah,
guys, though, man. Those guys are awesome.
Yeah, they're great. They're fantastic.
Now you guys got a little bit more time with them, and then you break off to go do the non-point tour.
Yes. We will be done with this run of the tour on the 17th. We will go home for about 10 days. And then we're going to do some radio shows. I'm pretty sure we're trying to come back through here.
Yeah, we have September 12th. We just don't have a venue for you guys yet.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So,
Even if I got to do it in my parking lot here, we'll do it. The show will happen. You and Righteous Vendetta.
Yes.
Both
Yes.
on that.
And we then both will be joining Non-Point by
I Set
the
to Kill.
Yeah, and I Set to Kill on
Great
the
lineup.
14th.
14th of September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you guys roll out, and then whatever comes next for the following year. So you guys have been busy since this whole thing started. Because Elliot, you joined the band about a year ago, correct?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, probably a year ago
Just over a
now.
year ago
Just
now.
over a year ago now.
All right, talking with the guys from Letters from the Fire, Elliot and Grayson in studio. Now, when you walked into this whole situation, first off, how did you find Elliot?
So we actually found Elliot. It's funny because Elliot's in this this other band in Arizona, and we actually when we toured
A few years ago.
Yeah, a few years ago when we toured with Fuel, we actually one of the bands on the tour, his guitar players were teching for that band, and so when we went out with 12 Stones 2 years ago, their second to last show. Actually ended up being our second to last show with Carly. We played a show in Arizona. We played with them. And so after the tour, when we, basically came to the conclusion that we had to get a new singer, we just remember watching Elliot live and remembering this guy has a really good voice and he can pull stuff off live and let's see if it fits. So we hit him up and really kind of just casually hey man, we'll fly you out, see what happens. And
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah, kind of. The first day was awkward. But
Listen, how is it walking? Because you have a band who obviously has had a singer. They're out on the road. They're established. They have material already. You're walking into the situation now. So you're almost kind of I hate to do this reference, but almost like Sammy Hagar walking into Halen at this point. So for you, how is it?
So, I mean, it was, it was like an unknown opportunity. And you go explore those opportunities and you don't know what to expect. When you go there, you just want to bring your A game and all that you are in your craft. And so, after the first day, the second day came along, and that's Zombies in the Sun was written. Crazy was written. All these tracks that you may see on a record.
So it just kind of hit off.
Just kind of like the second day went boom, boom, boom. Like,
Yeah.
5 songs were written, and within the time I was there for that, weekend, and the chemistry was quickly, formulated, and
as they say, the rest is history now, and you guys have the new EP coming out later on this month, and then coming up in hopefully the first of next year, we'll see a full record from you guys.
Yes, that's the idea.
Awesome. Well, Letters from the Fire, Elliot and Grayson in studio. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.